Yo! I won't make you just sit and listen to Orbs for the entire stream, don't worry. Let's finish this off. I thought I might as well do a link level run because I was at my, I had my boosts, so might as well use them, right? Because obviously focusing on grinding the world tournament, it's very easy to forget about all the other things like the dailies and all that kind of stuff, so I wanted to make sure I used up my boosts. But yeah, shout out to everybody who is out here today. So we got Shadow is in the chat, Ten, Shuma, Fitzula, Rocket Lizard, Brandon, Jay Fanta, our boy is here, Xnan, Rival Bros Gaming, Logan, Loki 52. Yeah, you've got Jay Fanta in the chat. How's it going, my dudes? Right, let's just do this, finish this off real quick. 1 hour of silence with the occasional Dokkan orb pressing. Yeah, true. That'd be a great stream. Dokkan ASMR, basically, right? So, but yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. Shout out to Sten, Chef Man Gaming as well. How is it going? So, yeah, just getting this out of the way so we could use up our boost, and then we will be jumping back into the the World Tournament grind. I've got the stream will probably be about an hour and a half, and then I have to go to work. Good times. Working a night shift on Halloween. Although sadly, nothing spooky will happen, but watching while I'm at work, nice. Alright, let me just get the Discord thing posted here. So let's add everyone live now. Post these links and everything in the Discord, and then I don't need to have these programs open. Save myself a little bit of bandwidth here. Don't need this open anymore. Okay, we should be good to go. So, World Tournament, everybody's favorite game mode. I actually didn't start until, because obviously World Tournament starts on Friday. I didn't start until pretty late Friday evening. And then I only did like a couple of hours of grinding and then went to bed for a bit. So I didn't really get a huge amount of progress done. The one thing I did do, which was good, my local is very, very slack. I'm like very lucky, I think, because I very quickly got to second in my local. And then whilst grinding away last night, I managed to take over first place. And I think the guy who was in first has just kind of given up trying now, because like his wins haven't changed since like last night. So we don't need to use this. Right, I've got my items set, got my team. Okay, let's go. Grinding World Tournament and watching scary movies today. Sounds like a good plan. I have to put some spooky movies on tonight when I'm at work. So my overall goal, since obviously I haven't gone like crazy hard on this one, my overall goal is just to get into the top 2,000 so I can get 4 extra copies of Gohan, so I can rainbow him. Because obviously you get the 1 copy just from getting the 13 million points mission. Oh, sorry, 23 million points mission. So I will hopefully get those extra copies for him, and then yeah, getting number 1 in the local as well, so we can get 2 copies of the LR Mercenary Tau. So my local rank number 1 is also global rank number 1. Oh god, that happened to our boy Tiger Uppercut Media like a few world tournaments ago. The overall number 1 was in his local, so sadly for him, no chance. But yeah, I did get to I was just below in being in the top 2,000. when I came home from work earlier. Wait, what am I doing? But then I had to sleep, so I think I slept for a good 5 or 6 hours. But if the grind that I was getting on last night is anything to go by, I should be able to get into that top 2,000. Yeah, full LR team is more points. The higher your team cost, the more points you get. So if you have a full LR team, you get more points. 9 more till Demon King Piccolo. Hey, nice. Was that the 50 wins to get the second copy? Mine's pretty neck and neck. I'm at 260 million, 16 million, while second place is 197. Yeah, see, I'm not even close to that, and I'm first in my one now. So I got 23 million, stopped at Gohan and left. Yo, shout out to our boy Kiryu, the Dragon Warrior, renewing the channel membership. You love to see it. Member of the Ningen Club. If you guys do want to help support the channel, there is a channel membership option. It only costs a couple of dollars. And you not only get the Timebreaker mask emoji next to your name in the chat, but we also have a whole bunch of custom emojis that you guys can use. Made by my boy Scrubby from 59 Gaming. There's a lot of pretty cool ones. There's a couple of Pickles related ones as well for all you Pickles fans out there. So if you do want to help support the channel for just a couple of bucks, then you can get access to those. So if you want to help, that's one way you can do it. So otherwise, just liking the stream, subscribing to the channel obviously helps me out as well. I appreciate any support that you guys give me. How is Pickles doing today? Pickles is good. He's right here, in fact. He's just chilling on the arm of the sofa right next to me. So when I was walking to work, I saw someone driving to work, I saw someone wearing a Michael Myers costume. Amazing. Jacko and Chelsea aren't needed anymore. I mean, they are useful. Yeah, Shadow basically saying they're still useful because they are basically like a Ghost Usher. But you get more points if you use a full LR team. Obviously, because Jacko and Chelsea are both like SRs, you get pretty low points if you use them on the team. So, obviously, it's a bit better for people who don't have a ton of items. But obviously for me, because I play the game like non-stop, farm up things, buy things from the barbershop, all that kind of stuff, I don't mind using a strategy that is very item heavy because I have so many items to use. So I just got Demon King Piccolo. Is he good? Should I LR him? He is pretty good. Obviously, Extreme Tech needs the help whenever it can get it. So he is definitely a solid unit. He's nothing crazy. He's not like the best Extreme Tech unit in the game or anything like that, but he definitely is a pretty solid unit. Yeah, shout out to Aries here with Gojti. So yesterday I put up that video about Global confirming the date of the next celebration, and it's Gogeta coming. And I spelt Gogeta wrong. I spelt it like Aries has put in the chat, Gogtea. And nobody pointed out that there was a spelling mistake in the title until, I'm assuming it was probably him, commented on the video. It was like 5 hours after the video went up and nobody commented to tell me or messaged me or anything to tell me that I literally spelt Gogeta wrong in the title of my video. Good times. I don't know how I did notice that, but yeah, nobody told me for a good few hours. So, but yeah, it's nice that they added those missions to get extra copies of Demon King Piccolo for people that haven't been able to do so in the past. Obviously, for me, I do grind the World Tournament most times, so I had Demon King Piccolo rainbowed basically as early as you could have him rainbowed. So, don't need any more copies of him. Somehow managed to pull a copy of him from the World Tournament ticket banner, which is kind of annoying. So Krillin go first here. Depends on the person. You have weaker enemies with lower team cost too. That is true. So you fight weaker enemies because you fight enemies that are kind of at the same level as you in terms of overall like team cost. So yeah, you can have Jacko on the team and still 5 LRs or 6 LRs with the friend one. Still be pretty good. But I noticed the no bang, but not the misspelled Gogeta. Yeah, everybody noticed that. I guess that was the diversion thing. I don't know why I have such a... I don't know why I have that image even saved, because it is missing the bang, and I didn't even realise. But why does everyone spam AoE units in the World Tournament? Because it's the fastest way to win the fights. And if you're somebody who wants to grind to get to a higher ranking, then the faster you win the fights, the faster you climb up the leaderboard. So AoE units is definitely the top strategy for the World Tournament. Ideally, you want to be winning every single fight in one turn. If you don't have any AoE units, then it means unless your units are getting additionals, because there's 7 enemies, if you think if every single unit on your team only kills 1 person, it means it takes you 3 turns to kill the entire enemy team. Whereas you bring an AoE unit, you kill the entire enemy team in 1 attack. So it's always the best way to go. That's why you always bring a Broly friend, because friends, you don't get the friend leader skill in the World Tournament, so it doesn't matter if they don't really fit in with your team very well. You just bring them and they AoE and kill everybody. Especially LR Broly, who is obviously an absolute beast now with his Easy A. Also safer, yep, true, as Shadow was saying. You don't want to be taking attacks in the World Tournament. The #1 piece of advice that I would give to people who are trying to grind the World Tournament to get like a high score or something is the #1 thing that you want to do is just never get hit, right? So if there's an attack in slot 1, either use a Ghost Usher or use a Barber to seal them so they can't super attack you, and then use a Yema or even double Yema if it's the finals and you don't have like a particularly tanky unit in slot 1. Sometimes I'll take risks, like in the preliminaries. Now, I could be wrong. Someone in the chat is probably going to say that it's happened to them, but I don't think I've ever been super attacked by the enemy in the preliminaries. So, if someone is attacking me in slot 1 in one of the fights in the prelims, and I've got somebody like, say, LR Broly in slot 1, I don't bother to use an item, because the most damage I think I've seen him take from a normal attack is 100k from an AGL enemy. Now, obviously, you might think, well, 100k is quite a lot, but I have 300k HP. So, if the enemy normal attacks me for 100k, they're not going to kill me. So, but that's why you got to be very careful. The #1 way that people get like taken out in the World Tournament is getting super attacked. So, once you get supered, once you get to like even the quarterfinals, then I don't risk taking a hit in slot 1 just in case it is a super attack. But yeah, for me personally, I've never been supered in the preliminaries. And as Shadow is pointing out, if the enemy character that super attacks you is a unit that has an AoE, they will AoE you, so they will just completely kill you. I mean, the thing is, without an item active, because you often have a lower leader skill going on anyway, you're probably going to get KO'd by a single shot super attack anyway. But, well, let's see here. Look, so we got LR, Nappa, and Vegeta, so we've got a type disadvantage LR in slot 1. So this is like the worst case scenario for our Broly. And there you go. We take 111k. Now, that's a lot of damage, but it's not even close to killing us. So we are perfectly fine. And it means we don't have to use an item in that scenario. So whilst I did say, obviously, that we don't mind using a strategy that is pretty item heavy, we also don't want to use items when we don't have to, right? So... but yeah, you can double Yema, and then you pretty much will tank anything. I like to use a Barber to seal the enemy, and then just use like a single Yema, and then obviously they're only going to be able to normal attack you, so you're not going to be too bad. And yeah, other than that, it's just a case of the mindless grind. You got to make sure you're paying attention, because you know, that's the killer right there. It's when you stop paying attention and you just click the orbs without suddenly realizing that you're getting attacked in slot 1, then you get super attacked, then you die. Now, once you've done a certain amount of wins, your win streak doesn't really matter. You get the multiplier, but once you get to, is it like 10 wins? It's either 10 or 20. Your multiplier's already maxed out, so you can't get any higher than that anyway. But the reason why it will be really annoying if you do go ahead and die is the fact that the... if you're like struggling to maybe beat somebody to get #1 in your local, or you're trying to finish in a specific bracket and you're just kind of slightly lagging behind, losing that multiplier is going to make it a lot harder for you to catch up to the bracket that you want to be in. So make sure you do that. This World Tournament, you get 2 free Demon King Piccolo copies if you get 10 and 50 wins. He will not return as a reward now, so take this opportunity. That is absolutely true. After this World Tournament, you will only be able to get Demon King Piccolo from the World Tournament SSR banner. So if you do still need copies of him, make sure you are taking part in this particular World Tournament. Obviously, some of you will have him Rainbow, even if you've only been getting 1 copy per World Tournament. There's been enough World Tournaments now that you would have him rainbowed, I'm pretty sure. Because there was at least one where I only got 1 copy. But obviously, because you need like 5 copies in total, I got 2 copies in the first World Tournament, 1 copy in the second one, and then 2 copies in the third one, and then boom, that was him rainbowed. So no Jacko and Chaozu, basically just because more points. Having a full LR team means you get more points. So, and Jacko and Chaozu are super useful to use because they let you use less items, but I have hundreds of and thousands of items, so I don't really mind using a more item intensive strategy. Didn't they say they're doing the 10 and 50 thing in the World Tournament? Next one. I did not see that announced anywhere that they were definitely doing it in the next one. So yeah, now that we're out of the prelims here, Yema, Baba, and then we want to make sure we're not getting the 18 key super. I'm just gonna do this. I have hundreds of the tree. Tree of Might is an item that I never use anywhere else, so I might as well just go ahead and spam that. I bring Chilai and Blue Orb Changing to boost Martian Vegeta. Yep, that is also a good side strategy. It's in the news. Well, it's going to be in the future World Tournaments as well, or rich people problems. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you play the game constantly and you're always grinding things and getting like Barber points and, you know, doing the events that drop items and stuff like that, then it's very easy to get a good amount of items. So Pickles is just chilling on my lap at the moment, but he keeps moving around, so you guys can't really see him, but here he is. But yeah, he's just chilling on my lap at the moment, so he's Whis and Chi-Chi's dad. The Ox King? I don't even remember what he does. But my TUR DKP is now rainbowed. Time for copies for the SSR. Yeah, no, I just got rid of the extra copies. I don't see the point of keeping extra copies of him. I guess maybe one day he could be used in a chain battle, but I don't really care about that. So you guys know how I feel about chain battle. Is it that much difference for points if you use a full LR team? Yes. I think it's noticeably different that you get more points. That's why I've switched over to using it. So Demon King Piccolo missions are under the World Tournament section in the news. This and the next World Tournament you can get 4 total copies. Okay. So maybe after the next one they won't do it anymore. But that's definitely worth noting. So that's good to know. I don't know if Cell... We're in the semi-finals, aren't we? So I don't know if Cell necessarily will kill Broly here, so... Let's just Ghost Usher for this one. Ox King is 25% damage reduction. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good as well. I don't think I've used that at all. Petition to change the name of Chain Battle to Pain Battle. I like calling it Explosive Lane Battle, personally, but Pain Battle works just as well. Good evening from South Africa. Yo, how's it going, my dude? If it's twice, that's cool. SSR, DBQ Piccolo, here I come. And yeah, for chain battle, basically. It's like 10k more points per run, according to Tiger. Oh, okay, using a full LR team. Pretty good. I do wish I had LR Nappa and Vegeta, but considering the World Tournament is probably the only thing I would use them for, I don't think they're worth buying with yellow coins. So I was tempted to pick them up with yellow coins, literally just for this World Tournament, but I decided against that. So Alright, so we're in the final now. We got another bonus team. I think I saw somebody saying that they actually said that the chance for bonus teams is higher in this tournament, because I've definitely been seeing quite a lot of them in this one. So, but that's always good. More points, that's what we like to see. I'm using my good old Team Bardock in the 30 times difficulty, which is what I always do when it gets to the last 13 hours or so. Interesting. That's definitely an interesting option there, the Team Bardock team. I accidentally brought a Boo Saga team instead of a World Tournament team, and this is going to go great. Oh no. That is the worst thing. I've done that so many times in the past, where you bring the wrong team into an event. You just have to go ham with the items, basically. You have to bring LR Broly Friend, and then just make sure you're bringing like Ghost Ushers, STR Orbs, and stuff like that. And then when you get into... Yeah, win one fight in the prelims, and then just avoid the other two, if you can. And then, yeah, when you get into the quarter semis and then finals, just use like a Broly Friend, Ghost Usher, STR Orb Changer if you need it. Because obviously if you're bringing a Majin Buu Saga leader, then Broly's probably not getting a leader skill buff. So you need to do whatever you can in that scenario to allow Broly to be able to super attack, so that you can actually get the win. So, and now the World Tournament is taking forever to load. That's what we like to see. Why? Why you do this? You know you're tired when you use Ghost Usher with Jacko on his first rotation. Yeah, I think I've done that before back in the day during a long grind. So I definitely feel your pain on that one. Well, this is fun. I'm under rank 5k. Is that okay, or should I try to be under 2k? Well, I mean, if you're under 2k, you get 4 copies of Gohan, which means obviously you will have got the 23 million points reward one. So if you get 4 copies of him, that allows you to rainbow him. So that's what I'm personally going for, is finishing in the top 2,000 so I can get that extra copy. Well, the extra 4 copies so I can rainbow him. So, wow, this is really annoying. I don't want to quit out because the World Tournament is really like finicky sometimes, and I don't want it to act like I've abandoned my run and then lose my like win streak and stuff. So I don't really know what's going on here. Yeah, I was using Jacko and Chaozu up until recently. Come on. Oh my god, come on. Well, this is good. Well, the problem is I'm running it on the emulator, so the emulator's been having a lot of weird like loading problems lately. So let me just try and quit out, because obviously with BlueStacks I have to quit the game, then it loads up the whole emulator homepage, then we got to load it up again. World Tournament is dead. Good. Should I go for top 2k? I mean, if you can, I think you should, right? Because then you can rainbow Gohan, and he's really good. But obviously, it's up to you, right? It depends on like how much time you actually have to grind and everything like that. So yeah, see, this is the thing I get now. Every time I load up the game, like when I load this up on my phone, as soon as it starts loading, this bar starts filling up. Whereas for some reason on the emulator recently, it's started doing this like every time I use it, use the emulator. So I think I'm going to have to go ahead and I don't want to have the same issues that our boy Truth always has, but I think I'm going to have to go ahead and buy a cord and actually just start doing stuff directly from my phone. So this is it's very annoying. Like when I'm sitting down to record, it doesn't really matter too much if I have to wait ages for it to load. But obviously this is very inconvenient considering we are in the middle of actually doing a stream. So, but yeah, while we wait, make sure you guys hit that like button, send some luck my way. Maybe that will help make the stream load faster, who knows. World Tournament is dead, Crab Rave, yep. This is pretty great. I've got to do 25 more wins on the World Tournament. Oof. Shouldn't kick your streak if you restart. Yeah, hopefully not, but you never know sometimes with this game. But yeah, look at this. This is what I have to put up with like pretty much every time I load up the game now to record anything. So I think I definitely might have to change my setup because starting the chord arc, yeah. There you go. We got some Ningen Luck Spirit Bombs in the chat there from one of our channel members. That is one of the unique channel emotes that you can get as a channel member. If you want to help support the channel, $2 to become a channel member. You get the little Timebreaker mask next to your name. You get a bunch of emotes. Maybe that'll help me invest in better setup so we don't have to sit and watch the loading screen for 10 minutes. Truce chord is the chord. Will your chord be called the masked chord? I mean, a lot of it's going to depend on whether it works or not, but I'm in close to getting the no item run for Extreme Tech. I run the same cards as you, got to the last fight and Goku had no HP. Oof. Yeah, Extreme Tech was the hardest one by far. That was the last one that I had to do in order to get all of them finished. But yeah, that one was a nightmare. I'm top 90. I enjoy World Tournament. One of those two things that you just said is a lie. And I believe you that you're top 90, but no one enjoys the World Tournament. How can you? It's just repeatedly pressing this, like doing the same thing over and over again. You don't have LR Nappa. No, LR Nappa and Vegeta, LR Tapion and Minosha, and LR Jiren are the three summonable LRs that I don't have. Well, actually, technically Goku and Piccolo now as well, because I didn't pull them. So I guess this stream isn't going according to plan. True. I appreciate all you guys actually sticking around as well, because we haven't had like a sharp drop in viewers or anything while we've been waiting for this to sort itself out. So I definitely appreciate you guys actually sticking around. It doesn't normally take this long to load, but the thing is, there's nothing I could do. Like, if I close down the whole program and open it up again, it will just do this again, because this happened to me before. There we go. Like, why does it take that long? And then the thing is, once it starts loading, it loads like it does normally. So it's not like it takes ages and then immediately goes to 100% like completed. So I really don't know like what is going on with that, but there you go. So I got to do that and the Ginyu Force, and then I know items every stage. Nice. Well, with their easy A's now, the Ginyu Force one is a complete joke, so that one will be nice and easy. So I just want SPR stages, man. Game is dry with no new difficult content. Oh, you don't need to tell me, buddy. I love Super Battle Road, and the fact that we are like 20 stages behind at this point is an absolute disgrace. Is it worth summoning on the Halloween banner? I would say no. There's some good units on there that might maybe be worth picking up with coins if you have a lot of coins to spare. But for most people, I think it's just a complete skip. Even with buying stuff with coins. Because the Gogeta banner is going to be out soon. Like, we're still assuming it's going to be Gogeta. And his banner is ridiculously good. So even if you do want to buy some units with red coins, there's a lot of good units on his banner. I imagine there's going to be a lot of people that will be picking up a copy of Tech Janemba with their red coins, because there's a lot of people that still need to do the Corroded Body and Mind mission on the Legendary Goku event, and it is very, very hard to do that without the Tech Bicon. Janemba, and then obviously Pycon for the Connected Hopes mission. Connected Hopes is a lot easier though, because you could do it with like a full Super Saiyan team, so that one's not too bad. But the Space Traveling Warriors one is another one that can be done fairly easily if you don't have Bojack, but the Corroded Body of Mind one is definitely very difficult if you don't have Tech Janemba. So LR Janemba worth saving up for coins. That's my plan. That's the main reason why I haven't decided to buy the LR Nappa and Vegeta, because if I don't pull physical Janemba, then I want to make sure I have coins to be able to get copies of him. So who cares about Gogeta, the Heroes banner, or Super Vegeta? I don't care about anything else. I mean, a lot of people are still super hyped for Gogeta. He is cool, and his banner is really, really good. So yeah, he's definitely a unit that people are excited for, even if obviously some people are, some people aren't. But I'm definitely hoping I can get at least one copy of him, but I'm not going to be going crazy, you know, going like super deep for him, because I do want to go pretty crazy for Heroes. So I guess we'll see. I hit 260 million points. Nice. Why are you guys so far behind? I mean, is that a serious question? Like, not everybody has as much time to play as everybody else. I mean, I said at the start of the stream, I actually didn't even start doing this World Tournament. For me in the UK, it starts on Friday morning. I didn't even start playing it until quite late Friday evening. And then I only played it for a couple of hours and then went to bed. So I kind of didn't really make a huge amount of progress, because the little bit of progress that I made in those couple of hours, I pretty much lost most of that while I was asleep. But the good thing for me is I mentioned in the tweet that I put out, like, this is only going to be a fairly short stream and then I have to go to work. But as I've mentioned before, like, I'm able to play Dokkan while I'm at work. So basically I will be working right up until the World Tournament finishes. So essentially once the stream ends and I go off to work, I will be grinding the tournament non-stop until it finishes. So hopefully that means I am going to be able to get into the top 2,000. I'm 2,361. When I started last night at around this time, I was at about like 8,000, and I managed to get to just below the top 2,000 in the 12 hours or whatever that I had to grind at work. So I'm pretty confident I can get into the top 1,000 if I just keep grinding it tonight. If we, as a stretch goal, I would love to get into the top 1,000 so we actually get some orbs as well. But I'm more concerned for this particular one about getting the extra copies for Gohan so I can rainbow him. So Heroes banner always guaranteed featured, so technically you don't need to drop that many stones. In theory that is true, but I had to go over 1,000 stones on the last year's Heroes banner to be able to rainbow the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, because I did not want to walk away from that banner without rainbowing Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. Because obviously he's going to be on the banner this year, but he's going to be unfeatured. So if you still need one copy of him, it's potentially going to be difficult to actually pull that copy. But obviously for me, there is still one Super Saiyan 4 that I do need one copy of. And sadly for me, you know, you guys must realise how much this hurts me, is Super Saiyan 4 Bardock was the one that I did not manage to rainbow. He is only 90%. I pulled like multiple extra copies of Broly and Gohan and still didn't pull that final copy for Bardock. So once I finally pulled the last copy for Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, honestly at that point it was a little bit too dangerous to go back in on the banner again. So I had to leave with Bardock at 90%. So I'm really hoping that I can pull a copy of him from the new one. I'm really hoping that they finally decide to add Heroes units into the coin shop when the banner comes out, because we really don't have a lot of great uses for those blue coins, especially because they haven't brought the type like 50% support banners back, because you were able to get them with the blue coins. But that's something that I need to do. Man's dedicated to the grind, I see. Like the stream, says Xnan. True. Man raises a great point here. Should like the stream. Minimum points to be in the top 2k. I mean, honestly, I have no idea. More than I have now, that's for sure, because I'm not in the top 2k. I don't know how to calculate exactly how many you would need, because obviously you got to remember that if I have a look right now and tell you who the guy who's at number 2,000, how many points he has, by the time you start like trying to grind to catch up, chances are like, well, everybody above that's going to keep going up anyway. So in terms of like the final points you need to have at the end to be in the top, oh shit, that's what I get for not paying attention. Well, there you go. Always on stream. I've literally never died doing the World Tournament when I'm not streaming. And that's the #1 reason. Is streaming when doing the World Tournament is fun because it makes it less of a mind-numbing grind fest. But paying attention to the chat instead of paying attention to what I'm doing is a huge mistake. So, unfortunately, now for me, with my goal of getting into the top 2k, losing my winning streak is now a huge setback. So that is really, really annoying. Now you guys really need to like the stream, because I lost my winning streak just because I decided to stream. I could have not streamed and just been sat playing it on my phone, and then I would not have made that mistake. So make sure you guys make me feel better by liking the stream. But yeah, there you go. That's why you don't let yourself get attacked. This is what I was saying earlier on in the stream. The #1 rule for the World Tournament when you're out of the prelims, just don't let yourself get hit ever. Because something like that can happen, and then it is GG. So, email that because... But yeah, there you go. So minor setback there, but we are going to have to just keep on grinding and keep try and get that win streak back again. Hopefully the guy who's #2 in the local doesn't start like grinding hardcore to try and catch me up, because losing your winning streak is definitely a way that you can lose ground in terms of the rankings, because if someone has their win streak active and you don't, then obviously they're going to be able to catch you up faster. So, Shamo items are good for World Tournament. I never use them, but on World Tournament. Actually, yeah, I don't think I've ever used them before either. So, but yeah, there you go. We made a major misplay there. That's LR Krillin can struggle in World Tournament because of STR units. LR Krillin in World Tournament. I mean, to be fair, like, the enemy always does more damage to you anyway. I mean, he did 200k to Broly, but then he did, like, 600k to the Cell. So, absolute devastation there from LR Krillin. SA20 Krillin is dead ass worth the grind. Yeah, he really is good in the World Tournament. He's a great, like, he's kind of like a free-to-play version of Broly, right? Because it's very easy for him to get an additional super attack. So he can potentially double super. And that is obviously a very good, like, rotation. Even in the finals, if you get the double super, he usually does finish off an STR enemy. Or, chances are, because he's super attacking twice, he's potentially going to crit them or stun them. So, even if they don't get killed, if they get stunned, then they obviously can't, like, do anything to you. But yeah, I was at, what, like 90 wins or something then? So, that is definitely not what we want to see. If you use 2 King Yemas, it's still no damage. It's not no damage, but it's very, very little damage. Like, you don't take 0, but you will still take some. Even if you get super attacked, I think you probably take like a couple of thousand or like a couple of hundred. Not necessarily double digits, but... Well, the most important thing is it means that you won't die, so... 7-year anniversary, not superhero related, by the way. I mean, I never assumed it would be, to be honest. You can revive in the World Tournament with Roshi. Wow, really? The only problem with that is obviously you have to be below 50% HP for his revival to be active anyway. And since most of the World Tournament is literally a case of if you get hit, you die, you're probably not going to be on like 50% HP very often. So that is an interesting point to know, but I can't imagine it's going to come up very often, to be honest. Wow, Goku not getting the dodge, so he takes 100k. I never want to try that in case I get KO'd. Yeah, I don't risk it. Like, well, the thing is, like I say, my strat is I just use one Yema and then use a Barber to seal them so they can't super attack me. Or you can Ghost Usher, but obviously if you start running low on Ghost Ushers, like another like easy... Because the thing is, Ghost Ushers is an item that can be useful in other events as well. But like, when do you realistically use like a Barber item or a King Yema in like the harder events? You don't really. So spamming them in the World Tournament is definitely a good way to use them. So never got hit once in the last 5 World Tournaments. Yeah, I haven't made a mistake in the last couple, to be honest. It's in fact, those of you, you've probably been here in previous streams, but like dying in the World Tournament, I only ever do that when I'm streaming. And it's because I'm paying attention to the chat and not what I'm doing, which is what I was saying in the stream earlier. Like, not paying attention is like the #1 way to get yourself killed. Running low on Ghost Ushers, you say. I have a stash of 200. I mean, for me, 200 is low because I had like before, like a couple of World Tournaments ago, I had like 500 and something. But yeah, Pilaf item also seals as well. But I've got so many Barbers, I don't even need to start using the Pilafs yet. So I'd say if you're free to play, you can't be competitive without LR Krillin. Raditz the second form Frieza are too weak. Yeah, Krillin is definitely like the best, I would say, free to play unit for the World Tournament. Like, Raditz is good. Second form Frieza is okay, but yeah, Krillin is just so good. I mean, you see him there. He needed to get the second super to take out some of the STR units, but there he goes, taking everybody out. So only lost by streak when I get outrun by NPCs. Oof. Not paying attention or being sleep deprived if you're going hard on the World Tournament. Yeah, that is also true. I don't recommend people should ever really do that, though. Like, you should definitely not sacrifice sleep to try and grind the World Tournament. Legendary Vegeta event for Global when? It should be when Super Vegeta comes out, which is either going to be December or January, depending on how the schedule pans out. So yeah, exactly. The fact that he can also stun is very good. Yeah, if you make a mistake and forget to use an item, as long as you close the game before the attack animations start, you can restart the round and use items again. So that is true. That is a cheeky little exploit that you can use to your advantage. I run an Inhuman Deeds team to run LR Nappa and Easy 8 LR Broly. Yeah, that's what I was wanting to do if I got the Nappa and Vegeta, but because I haven't pulled them yet, I don't really want to waste gold coins on buying them, so I do not have them, unfortunately. But low-key, this mode is basically STR Broly wins the game mode. That is true. Very true. Because, like, before he got his Easy A, this was kind of the only thing that he was useful for. But without his Easy A, when you got to, like, the finals on times 30, even with his double super, he wouldn't necessarily kill, like, AGL LRs. Whereas, obviously, now, with his Easy A, he just absolutely destroys everything. You're going to do a video on your LR ticket summons. Unfortunately not. So, I actually did try to record the summon on my phone. I was just going to make it into, like, a short. And I did actually pull another copy of Int LR Gohan, the one that just got his Easy A, from those free tickets. But for whatever reason, the recording didn't work. So, it's... unfortunately, I do not have that footage. But yeah, with my 10 free tickets, I did get a copy of Int LR Gohan, which I thought was pretty good. So, I can't even remember what round we're in now. This is why, like... This is what I was saying before. This is why streaming is so dangerous when you stop paying attention. Like, I don't even know what round I'm in now. Am I in a prelim again? Am I in a semi-final? I can't even remember. Even though I literally was just looking at the map screen like 30 seconds ago. But someone posted in one of my friends, like my IRL friends, Dokkan group chat. My friend single summoned with his last ticket today because he missed one or two, I think. But He summoned with his last ticket today and got a Zeno animation. So got Goku and Piccolo off of a single ticket summon. So, pretty good. I got nothing with the tickets, so sad. I mean, it is a shame, but obviously free tickets, like free summons, definitely good to have a go at least. But Ayo, it's Dokkan Battle Jesus. People do say that. And also here's Dokkan Battle Pickles. He's going to stand right in front of the camera, which I'm sure you guys would rather look at Pickles than me anyway. So let me just move the game over here so I can actually see what I'm doing. Although now I can't see the chat. Because you put me in a dilemma, because I can't see you and the chat and the game at the same time. But I know that Pickles is a fan favourite, so... I keep seeing this person's team of AGL Frieza, Broly can't kill him. And what rank is Pickles in Dokkan? I mean, Pickles would be rank 999, I'm sure. Actually, no, he sleeps too much. He probably doesn't grind. He probably doesn't grind enough because he does spend a lot of his time sleeping. So... Is that Beerus Sama? Nah, it's Pickles. Even more powerful than Beerus. Isn't that right, Pickles? Why are you looking at me like that? Free tickets are a shaft if other people get lucky and you don't. True. Is Pickles dedicated to the World Tournament grind too? I mean, he's here. He's here hanging out with us for the World Tournament grind, so we should definitely be thankful for that, I guess. So... It is mandatory to like the stream or video whenever Pickles appears. That is true. It's Dev makes a very good point down there. It's one of Pickles' rules for the channel is when he's on screen, you people better get liking. So Demon King Pickles. What are they saying about you, Pickles? Yeah, LR Krillin doesn't necessarily have the best link set, so basically no likes when he's not on stream. Well, I don't know about that. Normally people only like on streams when they want me to waste stones on doing summons, but when Pickles shows up, then it's a different story. I've been trying to grind out the World Tournament, but it's been hard. Yeah, World Tournament is not a fun thing to grind. It's kind of one of those things that you just do. Because you want the rewards or whatever, but it's not like an enjoyable thing to do really. It's very boring, it's a long grind, like no one really wants to do it, you just want them sweet rewards. So. Wow. Cell not finishing everybody off, look at this. LR Pickles, please. Damage to all enemies. True. I'm not entirely sure what was going on there. I was getting distracted by Pickles. See, Pickles is actually a liability. I was so distracted I wasn't sure what I was doing there. So I think this is not the prelims anymore, right? So because we didn't kill everybody there with Cell, it's actually very possible that Broly could have super attacked and killed me. So there I go, not paying attention again. Are you off now? Yeah, he's off now. It's definitely more fun doing it with pals. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what... Like, even though there are, like I literally did not long ago, times when I'll get distracted and not be paying attention to what I should be doing. I do enjoy streaming the World Tournament just because it makes it so much less boring. I know a lot of you guys have said in the past in chat that the reason you guys come out to these World Tournament streams is obviously you're grinding away as well. So it's nice to have, just to be in the community, have a bunch of people to like chat to about the whole grind. Oh, another bonus team. Let's go. People are grinding hard this tournament because of the Gohan. Whereas the combination of the Gohan is really good and it's the first tournament with the LR Tau reward. So people obviously want to try and get #1 in their local so they can get 2 copies of him. So I'd still rather grind than World Tournament than play Chain Battle. True! Right. Now, I've often found that normally the special theme, like bonus teams, don't super attack, but just in case. They do seem to be weaker than normal teams as well, so as long as we use the Barber to seal, we don't even need to use a Yema. Oh, well, I say that, 146k. I guess they must scale the difficulty based on whether it's the final or not, but even so, 150k, we could take that. We gather here today to share our pain. Yeah, exactly. I'm excited. I'm confirmed to rainbow the Tech Gohan. Yeah, exactly. Once you're in the top 2,000, you get 4 extra copies, and then that means you can rainbow him, because obviously you get the 1 copy from the 23 million points. He has a farmable super attack, so you don't need to worry about getting extra copies or having to use Kai's. LR Pickles needs to be the Exodia of Dokkan. You use that card and then you win. I agree. Oh, and we got another bonus team. We got the Legendary Power team. Let's go. Alright, that's going to be a nice boost of points. It's a shame we lost our multiplier, because we would be getting a lot of points out of this one. But very unfortunate. LR, Vegeta, and Nappa are killing it, not to mention my Rainbow, full level 10 links, easy 8 int Raditz. Nice. I don't think, even though it's like the LR, full LR bonus team, I don't think they'll survive the double super from Broly, but I'm going to go ahead and use the Ghost Usher anyway, because I'm kind of a little bit nervous now after that L that we took earlier in the stream. So but yeah, he just took everybody out. I should never doubt Easy A LR Broly. I don't know if that was the friend one, but especially a rainbow one. If you're bringing a rainbow friend, he just absolutely destroys everyone. So how goes the fun? Oh, Steven Z Killer, you know, World Tournament, most fun event in the game, of course. How could it not be? Doing this same cycle of having Broly killing everybody over and over again. Great times. Does the Great Saiyan Man that just got his awakening have a farmable SA? He does not, unfortunately, no. Reply to a message there real quick. I got to 18 wins in a row and I lost. Oof, that is unfortunate. Yeah, we were at what, 89 wins in a row or something? Oh, god damn it. Well, I misclicked, but Krillin shouldn't kill Krillin. We'll just go ahead and pop one of these. I want 89% tech Gohan so I can give the bottom left potential path for more defense. I mean, obviously he's an infinite defensive stacking unit, so in longer events his defense is going to get up quite high. So I don't know if you necessarily need to do that. Because like he's not a support unit or anything, right? So he's not really a unit that you're going to run on a team like off rotation. If you're going to bring him on a team, you might as well use him as a main rotation unit. So I guess the lower left path does help because his defense will get to a decent level faster. But if you want him to do like reasonable damage, I would probably open the top right if you have 3 dupes. But get these bonus points. Let's go. Come on, Cooler. Don't run away. Hey. It's the most annoying thing about the prelims is when the AI tries to run away from you constantly. So, we definitely don't want to see any of that. Why do you have to farm so many Dokkan events for the LR androids? I mean, yeah, they were one of the first... they were one of the first free-to-play LRs after the Goku. I think they... Did they come out before Prime Battle Frieza? I can't remember now, actually. But... like, when they came out, they were fairly decent, but, yeah, it was very interesting. LR Saiyaman is also a pain. Three dupes I want, so under 5. Yeah, so top 5,000 gets you 3 dupes. Top 2,000 gets you 4 copies. And then obviously anything above that. Top 1,000, that's when you start getting orbs. And then obviously you get more copies. So, like I say, he does have a farmable super attack, but obviously if you finish higher than top 1,000, you get multiple extra copies, so you don't have to farm quite as many. I know that the bear... I'm going to be lucky, probably, to finish in the top 2,000. So I just used Kai's on mine. I just wanted to try him out at 55%. I've already got mine set as SA10 55%. And I tried him out on an event. And he definitely seemed quite interesting. I'm going to definitely do a... once we get all the copies, I'm definitely going to do a rainbow showcase for him. So... make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. What I'll do is I'll get the last copies of it. I might start link leveling it. As soon as the world tournament is over, I'll start link leveling him. And then when we get the rewards and I can feed those extra copies into his paths, then I should have him hopefully at like at least level 4s and 5s on his links. And then we can see how well he does in one of the longer events or something. Tech Hercule was the first LR. Wait. No, well, the first LR was Tech Goku. The first summonable LR was Gohan on JP, Broly on Global. But I'm sure that androids came out before Hercule. New players in Dokkan have no idea what pain is. Try doing the original LR Goku with Super Strike units. True. Not only that, not only did you have to do the Goku event with Super Strike units, but to get the Super Strike units, you had to farm up the copies, and then you had to get the medals from the second stage. But it used to be that to do the second stage, you could only use a team that had 100 team cost or less. So you couldn't use, like, crazy good units. It was very frustrating. Why don't you run physical Broly as the leader instead of Goku? Because I'm running a full LR team, so I get more points. Because I used to run the STR Cooler team with like second form Frieza, the AGL Frieza, the physical Broly, but LR team gets you more points. So We got this bonus team again. This is what I was saying earlier in the stream. Somebody did say that they've said in the thing that there's going to be more bonus points on this, more bonus teams on this World Tournament. And it definitely does seem to be the case from my experience so far. Hercule came out in June 2017 and the AGL androids were in September 2000. Wow, really? Damn. I mean, that was a long time ago, so I guess, yeah, my brain is just not remembering that properly. I really thought the androids came out first. Crazy. So it was Hercule, then the androids, and then Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. And then, for some reason after that, they just decided that they weren't going to do Friend Summon LRs anymore. So... You should do the Rainbow Showcase of the Gohan in the God event. Oof. I mean, if it's something that you guys would like to see, I might do a video of him in the God event, but I probably won't do it as like the first video, like the Rainbow Showcase. I'll do a Rainbow Showcase of him on a team, just on like a long form event, so you can see him stack up his defense and everything. But then I might do a video for the God event just to see how well he does, if that's something that you guys would be interested in seeing. I don't really do videos on new units in the God event, just because, like, for me personally, I tweeted about this the other day. I'm not a huge fan of the God event. Like, after beating it the first time, like, for the actual, like, you know, the anniversary to beat all the missions and everything, I've basically never touched it again after that. Like, I just don't particularly enjoy that event, so... Tell me more about the full LR team. How many more points do you get? Like 20%. I think someone said earlier that Tiger has said on his streams, so I think he uses the full LR team as well. You get about 10k points more per run, which obviously might not seem like a crazy amount, but obviously that does all add up over time. So you can definitely do... There is a build you can do where you use LR, Nappa and Vegeta as the leader, and you can make a team that is a full LR team out of them that still has a few... good AoE units, because that's the thing, you want to try and get the units that have AoEs as well, right? You want to run full LRs, but you want them to have AoEs. Androids were first. They came out in 2016. See, I thought androids were first, right? Let me settle this then. Let me get the wiki up here. Checking the old Dokkan wiki during a World Tournament stream, because... Let's see, if we go to, let's open up, since we're on the home page, we'll just open up the Mercenary Tau page, and then click on Legendary Power Link, bring up all the LRs. Which way should we go? Let's go this way. Get them all at least a little bit closer to us. Isn't it better to use physical Ginyu Force instead of the tech one because of Ki? Well, the tech one gives a an actual stat boost, so that will help you out when you're in like the finals in times 30 or something. That could be the difference between Cell actually killing everybody or not killing everybody. So, in fact, we're only in the prelims, so single super attack would still be fine for taking out everybody here. Yo, shout out to Titar for the $10 dono. He says, I simp. Good luck grinding. Shout out to you, my boy. Titar very commonly posts on my videos saying I simp when they're about characters that he likes. So shout out to you, my boy. I appreciate the dono. Thank you very much. Androids, Hercule, then Saiyaman 1 and 2. Yeah, I thought it was the androids first, because I remember doing their grind and everything. And then I swear Hercule came out afterwards. So, yeah, the androids came out in... it was 2017 for Global, but it was January 2017. They came out September 2016 for JP. So, right at the beginning of 2017 was when they came out for Global. I'm really hoping that they get an Easy A soon. I can't believe that they were the first Friend LR. But the other two have Easy A's already, and they don't. Like, that's crazy to me. and you show me on my team. Well, my team's a full LR team, so I'm using this Goku as the leader because he's an all types leader. And then it's just all LRs. Krillin, Broly, Majin Vegeta, and Cell technically are all AoE units, although we don't really ever get the AoE on Majin Vegeta because you have to get his 18 key super to actually do the AoE. But usually it's one of the two STR LR Brolys because we always bring an STR LR Broly friend. It's usually LR Broly or Cell who's doing the most of the work here. So if I did have Nappa and Vegeta, I would probably switch them in for Majin Vegeta, because then we would pretty much have like a full team of AoE units. Because like I say, we don't really ever get Majin Vegeta's AoE super attack. So LR STR Vegito Easy A when. Yes, that is something that I really want to see as well. STR Vegito Blue, like his Easy A is definitely going to be an interesting one. So I can't wait to see that. I feel like that's going to be really good. STR Broly was the first summonable LR for Global. It was Gohan for JP. Because remember, Broly was a Global first. And he came out on Global before the second anniversary, which was when Gohan then came out. But yeah, Gohan came out first on JP. But then Broly came out first on Global. Which is kind of funny when you consider the fact that LR Easy A Broly is considered one of the top tier like LRs in the game, and he was a global first. So that meme about how global firsts are always terrible. I mean, Tech Hit has his Easy A on JP now, and he's really good. So yeah, I am still number 1 local. Let me check what the number 2 guy has been up to. Yeah, see, I don't think his score has changed. If I switch, yeah, see, he was on 59 wins when I checked it like last night at some point. And I'd gotten to like, when I was at 58 wins, because the LR team gets you more points, when I was at 58 wins, I'd already taken over as number 1 in the local. So I've gotten another, what, 35 wins since then, and he hasn't moved at all. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting number 1 in the local. Because like I was saying earlier, once I shut off the stream and head to work, I'm going to be playing it non-stop until the World Tournament ends. So there's probably no way that anyone below me can catch up now. Even with me losing and having lost my winning streak, which we're still in the process of trying to get that back. So STR Blue Kaioken Goku's Easy A will be godly. True. That's definitely a long way away, but yeah, it's going to be very good. I got the Gohan. What teams should we use him on? I mean, honestly, it depends on what you want to do, right? Like, if you're any of the teams that he can fit on, if you're running a long form event, then he's going to be quite good. Damn, you got it easy. Yeah, this is something that I've talked about in the past that I've noticed when it gives you your local brackets. If you start later, you usually get a more chilled local bracket. Because like I say, the tournament starts on really early Friday morning in the UK, Thursday night if you're in the US. I didn't start grinding it until Friday evening, so the World Tournament had already been going for a good like 12 hours before I even started it. So I often find if you start later, you get put into like a more casual local bracket, because I think the local bracket is determined by people who've started around about the same time as you. It's not actually people local to you, like geographically, like in your local area, which everybody used to think back at the beginning just because it was called local. I remember when I first started ever playing the game, I remember seeing that local ranking and thinking that that meant there was a whole bunch of people like in the same town as me that played it. But yeah, Gohan will be good on any of the teams like Super Saiyans, Youth especially, because obviously Youth is a team that doesn't have a lot of like really crazy top tier units. So any long form event like team that you can put that Tech Gohan on, he's going to be very good because his stats are pretty strong anyway, and then obviously he does have infinite stacking defense, so that's good information for the next World Tournament. Yeah, like if you want to get, I mean, obviously, like I've seen in the past, right, it depends how crazy you are at grinding, because in the past, Goresh has skipped the whole of the first day of the World Tournament and then still finished in the top, like, 1,000 by the end, just by grinding crazy on the last 2 days. So, obviously, it depends what everybody else is doing, But a lot of people as well will, a lot of people will get their missions done. So they'll do the 30 million points, or they'll get to like 50 wins. Like, for example, now, because people want to get the Demon King Piccolo, they'll get to 50 wins, and then they'll just stop. So once you get above, whatever the last mission is that you need to get, once you get past there, you often find that you start to rank up a little bit quicker, because that's where a whole bunch of people basically stopped playing it. So shout out to, is it Gikume, for the $2 dono. He says, why are there so many tryhards? I need 100 million for the top 2k. Yeah, everyone's going crazy because they want them copies of Gohan. And to get all 4 dupes to get him to Rainbow, you have to finish in the top 2k. So I think a lot of people are aiming for that. That is my goal. Like, obviously, if I can get into the top 1k by the end, that would be nice. But my main goal for this tournament is to get into the top 2k so I can get those extra copies of Gohan. And as you can see, we've been slowly but surely climbing up the rankings. Not by a crazy amount, but obviously we did lose our winning streak. So that is that obviously has made an effect. But, you know, we'll catch back up and get our full multiplier fairly soon. So I started late Saturday and got matched up with the number 2 worldwide. Oh, damn. Well, maybe it doesn't work like that then. Because I was under the impression that that was how it worked. But you would assume the person who's number 2 in the world, unless they're like hacking or whatever, they probably started right at the beginning. So remember, the amount of steps you take in the world tournament dictates who starts moving first on the board. If the enemy chooses 4 and you choose 3, you go first. If it's a tie, you go first. That is also true. That is something to bear in mind when you're picking what number to like actually go in the thing. Because yeah, you can sometimes game it, like if you want to try and go for the bonus points on the map rather than going for the last person, sometimes you can sort of play it in the right way that you get to go first and go past them. Or sometimes when there's still multiple enemies, you can park yourself in the middle and then you can pick like a 6, and then the AI enemies will go first, and because you've put yourself right in the middle of them, they'll all come in and attack you, and then you can use your move, if there is still one of them left, to track down whichever one is left. So that works out really well. I am at 9.6 million points and I'm local number 4. Yeah, more team cost means more points usually. So, well, we actually didn't take everybody out, but I mean, there's no attacks in slot 1, so LR Broly's just going to come in and correct that error. So local is just pure random. If you get unlucky and get some tryhards, it's annoying as hell. Yeah, from what some people have been saying then, if it isn't based on the time you start, then maybe it is completely random. I don't know. How does the win multiplier work? So it's literally just a multiplier for the points you get. So you'll see at the end here. Excuse me. So you'll see here at the end, we get a certain amount of points here. And then you get a multiplier based on your wins, right? So all of these points, obtain points 521,000. If we have our win streak bonus is giving us 3,000. If we had our full win streak bonus, it would be giving us more than that. So it just means you get a little bit more points overall. It's not going to be a huge game changer most of the time, but it definitely can make the difference. If you're in like a neck and neck battle with the other person in your local to see who gets number 1, then losing your win streak could actually be the difference between them overtaking you or not. So definitely something you have to be aware of. Don't do what I do and stream and pay too much attention to the chat and then not use an item and get super attacked by LR Krillin and then get killed. You definitely don't want to be doing that, but it does happen sometimes. Right, so let's do this. We are in the prelims again now, aren't we? So he shouldn't super attack me. We'll use a Yema just in case. And then there we go. I don't want to get the 18 key super with Krillin. Although we're in the prelim, so Cell should just kill everybody anyway. But yeah, more team cost means you get more points. So using SR, Jacko and Chaozu is a good strategy because they are like a free Ghost Usher. But because they're an SR, I think their team cost is what, like 7 or something? So you're obviously getting less points if you're using them on the team. And if you're using both of them on the team, then you're getting even less points. So that is something to bear in mind. Obviously, like Mystic Shadow was saying earlier, though, it kind of works both ways, right? Because you're getting less points if you use Jacko and Chaozu, but because they are giving you that free Ghost Usher, you don't have to use items. It's taking away the time that you would have to spend, like, even though it's not that much, but it adds up. It's taking away the time that you would spend going into the menu to select to use an item. So even though you're getting less points if you use Jacko and Chaozu, it's worth trying out different teams. And if you find that using Jacko and Chaozu you are actually able to beat runs way faster, then obviously that means that technically overall you probably are going to be getting more points. The LR Ginyu is an extreme units support unit, so they are giving Broly and Cell buffs for when they attack, just to make sure that on times 30 difficulty, when we get to the finals, hopefully we can take out everybody in one shot. You will be burning through items though, that is also true. If you don't bring Jacko and Chaozu, you are going to be using a lot more items, so it's down to you, like, which is more effective for you. Because, like, for me, like I said, I have a surplus of these items. I don't mind spamming tons of Ghost Ushers and Yemas and everything in the World Tournament. So, for me, it's not really a huge issue. But if you're somebody, obviously, you don't have a huge amount of items, like if you're starting off a World Tournament and you only have, like, 20 Ghost Ushers, then you probably want to be using Jacko and Chaozu, because those 20 Ghost Ushers are not going to last you very long if you're running like the full LR team. So yeah, we should be, I think this is the end of the prelims, isn't it? We'll be able to finish this full run. We might be able to get one more in, and then that's probably going to be the end of the stream. Just a quick little hour-and-a-half stream. Gives me time to quickly make myself a little packed lunch, and then off to work I go for 12 hours. But the grind will continue. Obviously, I do have videos scheduled to go up in a little bit as well. We did the Gohan showcase yesterday, so I have the Tech Cell Awakening and the Physical Mighty Mask Awakening rainbow showcases that will be going up in a little bit on the channel. So make sure you keep an eye out for them. The Cell obviously is really good because he's just kind of like the extreme counterpart to the Gohan. But honestly, I was actually a little bit surprised with how good the Physical Mighty Mask is. He definitely has his downsides. He's not on a lot of teams, but honestly, I was quite impressed with his overall performance in that video. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you are new, and keep an eye out for those videos. Those will be coming up later on. So I think by the time we end the stream, the Cell showcase should go up about an hour and a half afterwards. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. Trying the full LR team now, pretty fun for a change of pace. I normally run Physical Broly lead with Jacko and Chaozu. Yeah, that was the team that I was running for quite a long time. So you can farm Ushers right now thanks to Android 17 and Hachan event. Toon Rami, the homie, reminded me. Oh, can you farm them from their event? Well, that's actually pretty good. I might have to do that. Because you can farm Icaruses at the moment from one of the events as well. Which story? Is it it's the story event where you farm the Piccolo and Krillin. There's a stage where you can farm Icaruses. So that's actually quite good that there's a couple of stages up at the moment where you can farm good support items. So I was like at 40k after 5 hours. I got to 80k. Wait, what is that? Points overall. For the Barber, because Physical Broly is no way going to kill STR LR Broly with a normal attack. So I'm calling a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito and Super Saiyan 4 Kaioken Goku for heroes. That would be awesome, but I don't know if we'll get both. They are definitely, that would be mega hype though. I would be very excited for that, especially if they make them really good. Whereabouts are we now? We were at like 2,200, weren't we? Yeah, 2,205. So I'm down to just 2k Ghost Ushers. I think I've only got like 200 left or something. So yeah, when the World Tournament ends, I'm definitely going to jump in and farm some to replenish the supplies a little bit. Seems like a good idea. Another bonus team for the final. Let's go. That'll give us a nice little push towards... We're getting close to top 2k. I don't think it's going to be very long. Like I say, because I'm going to be able to grind this for quite a bit tonight once we end the stream, then obviously the grind ain't going to stop. I'm pretty sure that there's no way I don't get into the top 2k. So then it'll just be a case of seeing how well the grind goes, if I maybe can get into the top 1k and get some orbs as well. But we'll have to see how that goes. So excited for Gogeta, one and done. Yeah, exactly. We want to be one and done. Get those free tickets for the Dokkan Fest that they're giving out at the moment. Make sure you guys are doing that as well, by the way. Don't get too caught up with the World Tournament. Make sure you're beating that daily mission. You just have to beat any 2 stages, but it doesn't include the World Tournament. And then you'll get those free tickets for what should be Gogeta coming up next. Because you know somebody out there is going to get lucky and pull the Tech LR Gogeta off of those free tickets. So who knows, it could be you, but it won't be you if you forget to actually do the missions and get the tickets. So make sure you guys are remembering to do that. So as long as we get a new Gogeta or Vegito for hearts, I am happy. Sorry, new Gogeta or Vegito or hearts. Yeah. Imagine if we get a hearts with an active skill. This is the thing that everybody keeps talking about, because Hearts' voice actor in the Heroes anime is the same voice actor as Dio from JoJo. So if we get a Hearts that actually has an active skill, then it means we'll have Dio's voice in Dokkan, which would be pretty awesome. Although, I mean, none of the Heroes units so far have had an active skill, so even if we do get a Hearts, we probably aren't going to be getting one with an active skill, but even so. I nearly forgot about the tickets. Exactly. Make sure you do not forget. Is getting number 1 in the local worth it? I mean, it gives you 2 copies of the LR. That's the only major difference. You get a couple of extra little bits, like all the other little rewards you do get more of for being number 1. But the main one is you get 2 copies of the LR instead of 1. So obviously that means you're able to have the LR straight away at 69% rather than 55%. So if you're somebody who, you know, really could use that unit on one of your teams or something, then, you know, having him at 69% is definitely better than just having him at 55%, obviously, because you get the bottom right path unlocked, you get access to those star abilities. So that is the main reason why people try and get number 1 in the local. But the thing you have to remember is there's going to be, just like Demon King Piccolo, even though they're shortening the number of world tournaments where he was the reward, that's why they're giving him away as a mission reward. Even so, if you came number 1, if you came like anywhere, it's the top 150 to get 1 copy of the LR. So even if you only came in the top 150 every single time, you need to do that for 5 world tournaments to get all 5 copies of him. So even though it takes a long time, you will still be able to get all the copies of him. So it's not a case of, you know, you have to do the full-on grind to get number 1 in the local, because otherwise you won't ever get your LR Tau Rainbow. Obviously the major difference is by getting 2 copies instead of 1, you're going to get him rainbowed a lot quicker. So you never know, they could do an active skill with no voice actor like Broly was. I don't think they'll ever do that. They only did that because of the whole thing with the English voice actor for Broly, because obviously on JP he does have a voice line, so I don't think they will do that. He's also the voice of Sartorius from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I've actually never watched any Yu-Gi-Oh! Or played the card game, so I hope we get a Heroes LR. Yeah, that would be hype. The only thing that would kind of suck is if they did like a normal Heroes banner like we would be expecting, and then we all go crazy summoning on it, and then they do like a part 2 Heroes LR banner. That would be... well, my wallet would be crying out in pain if they did that, because I would be going ham. Especially if, imagine if they released like Super Saiyan 4 Kaioken Gogeta, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution like Gogeta, or Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito, something like that. 2 really hype like headlining units, and then they drop like Part 2 LR Super Saiyan 3 Masked Rose. Like, oh baby, I would, that would be an expensive month for me, especially with Gogeta as well. That would be pretty nuts. So imagine Bandai bringing to the Heroes Celebration Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Goku leader join forces one set. Oh man, imagine. That would be so hype. If we got a really good Heroes unit that was also like the new like first 170 lead for joined forces, I do actually think that would be hype. So I did see, because I posted about it the other day, it'd be super hype if we got like Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta together as a card. Imagine if their leader skill was Joined Forces and Dragon Ball Heroes 170 across the board and 3 key. Oh my god, that would be so good. Like, that team would be so much fun, because not only can you put any Heroes units on it, all of the really good Joined Forces units and Heroes all together, that would be super good. So someone in the chat said, can you give a shout out to my wife Marcia? She hates Dokkan Battle. Alright, shout out Marcia. Why do you hate Dokkan Battle? How could you hate Dokkan Battle is the more important question. But shout out to you. No, please, I have to pay my uni fees. Yeah, exactly. Imagine that. Like, there'll be the sound of wallets across the universe crying out in pain as they release the Part 2 Heroes LR Super Saiyan 3 Rose Goku Black. Oh my god. That'd be a nightmare. I don't see why not. So what if they're behind a year or so? I say put up the most recent stuff. Most hype equals more money. I mean, I definitely agree with you. It's just going by the trend of what they've been doing so far. And as Max has just said in the chat, none of the Heroes units so far have ever been mega hype. The animations are not great. They don't really last that long in terms of their longevity. I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, I still think is a very usable unit nowadays. Super Saiyan 4 Broly, I think he got kind of cut by being Extreme Tech, because he just doesn't really fit on that team. Like, he needs to be run with a giant 8-power ally, which there are basically none of on Extreme Tech. Not any good ones, anyway. So it's a very weird situation for him. But on the right team, like on that actual Heroes team with a bunch of other Super Saiyan 4s, like linked up with Super Saiyan Vegito for the links and the support, like that Super Saiyan 4 Broly, he's spitting out like sometimes 3 super attacks in one turn that are all like between 4 and 5 million attack stat, which is pretty good. But obviously none of them are quite at that level of like a Dokkan Fest where they, you know, will be usable for a good like year or two even. So there's a lot of stuff we really need to see from Heroes this year if they want to make it super hype. Obviously having the new units actually be really competitive for the meta, which would be really good. Yeah, the Super Saiyan 4s I think definitely do still hold up. Like Gohan and Bardock still hold up pretty well, and they don't even have Awakenings yet. So I do think that people are a little bit too hard on their animations. Like, they're not as good as like new Dokkan Fests or LRs. That is definitely true. But I personally really like the animations for Vegito, Broly, and Gohan. Bardock's is a bit lacking, unfortunately. But I really like Gohan's. Like, he starts off with a pretty basic, like, punch, but then he does that cool kind of stance, and then does the, like, uppercut thing. At least it's unique as well. It's not just a super attack animation taken from another unit. So, I do like that, but definitely would like to see them be super powerful. I'm a new player, so could you give me a few tips? Oh boy, I mean, where do I start? The best thing to do, first of all, is to probably farm up the free-to-play Ginyu Force or the Team Bardock units. Their events are available on each of the weekdays. That will give you a very strong free-to-play team to start with. I would say don't go crazy summoning with all of your stones, like, straight away. There is a very good banner coming up within this week, in fact. Either Wednesday or Thursday, we'll be getting a Tech Gogeta banner, which that banner is really good. That is actually probably quite a good banner for a new player to summon on, because a lot of those units are very good. Then we'll be getting Dragon Ball Heroes later on in November, which is kind of what we've been talking about just now. Those units, the banner is guaranteed featured, so if you do a couple of multis on that banner, you are at least guaranteed to get some of the new units, which is cool. And some of the older units getting Awakenings are good, and they're going to be featured as well. So yeah, there's... but yeah, you want to... If you're not going to spend money on the game, if you're just free to play and you want to farm up everything, don't go crazy spending your stones on every single banner that comes along. Wait for, like, the big anniversary or, like, big celebrations. But yeah, other than that, there's so much stuff to go over. Just, I would say, like, you know, follow me on Twitter, watch the videos, follow other people in the community. Everybody always gives advice for like when banners are coming out. I always try and do my should you summon on the new banner videos more from the perspective of people who are newer or who don't spend a lot on the game, because obviously big whales are going to summon on every banner anyway, so they don't really need a should you summon on this banner video. But yeah, just, you know, keep an eye out for advice from the community. Play through the quest mode, because quest mode is quite easy and is a really good way to farm up stones. But be aware that once you have finished farming up all the quest mode and all like the story events and stuff, that's when it then becomes a lot slower to get free-to-play stones. So you have to be very careful with how you spend your stones. I wouldn't say save until the 7 year, especially if you're new on global, because that means like no summoning until like July, which, I mean, the game's just going to be super boring if you start the game now and then don't summon until July. But you can drop the odd summon here and there, but definitely don't go crazy. Plus, if you skip the Heroes banner, you might never get the unit you want. That is true. If you skip the Heroes banner, the units will be back on the next Heroes banner, but they're unfeatured. And so because you get a guaranteed featured every multi, you might do 3 multis, and the only SSRs you get is that guaranteed one at the end. But because that one is always going to be a featured one, it means you're not going to be pulling any of the unfeatured ones. And the game is doing that thing where it takes forever to load again. So I think that was the final anyway, right? So I guess we are going to wrap up the stream there, because the game is doing this thing again, which is always nice when it does that. So Mr. Dash, guard is when you block as if you had type advantage. So super, super good, right? So like if your tech unit gets hit by an AGL, you do less, they obviously do way less damage. If a unit has guard, they're basically blocking as if they had type advantage over everybody. So really, really strong. Yo, Toon, when it loads like that, time to switch to mobile data. I mean, I'm on the emulator, so I don't have any choice. I'm hardwired into my internet, but unfortunately, it seems like, I don't know if it's from like a recent update or something, but unfortunately, recently, the emulator has just completely, like, just gone downhill in terms of loading times and stuff. I mean, I'll put it back up on the screen so you guys can see, but now we basically just have to sit at this screen again and wait for it to load. So, but I mean, we were going to end the stream there anyway. That was the last run that we were going to do, because I believe that was the final. We will wait to see if it loads again, but yeah, guarding is very, very good. If you combine guard with having really high defense, you don't take a lot of damage from pretty much anyone. So I wonder if Super Saiyan 4 Vegito will be featured again. I missed out on him last year. Unfortunately, 100% he will not be featured this year. The way they do the banners is they have the new units that are just coming out featured, and then they have any units that are getting awakenings from the previous years featured, and they've already announced that they're doing 5 awakenings this year. And so Heroes is usually 10 featured units, so that means it's going to be all 5 of those awakenings, and then 5 new units are going to be the featured units. And we already know that one of those is going to be a Xeno Pan, so we're still waiting for them to reveal the other 4 cards, and then it's going to be those 10 that will be the featured units. So someone is threatening my local #1 spot. Aren't you in like the top 100 still? And you've got someone in your local who is hot on your heels. That's crazy. I took over my #1. The guy who's #2 in my local has been at 59 wins since about 12 hours ago. I think he's just given up. Like, I'm only at like 95 wins or something, and I'm #1 in my local, and I'm way far ahead. So, second local place is trying to catch me. No chance, bozo. Yeah, see, my local is really good. So, how do you feel about the awakenings? I mean, I'm really excited for them, but we don't know what they do yet. So, obviously, I'm very excited. Problem with Heroes units that awaken straight away is that they never get featured again. Yeah, exactly. So, that's why whenever the new unit comes, like the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito and the Broly, for example, those are the 2 that you really want to try and make sure you get all the copies for, because they're not going to get an awakening later because they've already got one. So then they're not going to be featured on a banner again. Whereas at least, like for me, I didn't manage to rainbow Super Saiyan 4 Bardock. Mine is only 90%. But next year's Heroes banner, Super Saiyan 4 Bardock should awaken. And so he'll be featured on the banner again. And then undoubtedly I'll probably pull like 10 copies of him. But I'm at 170 wins and I'm 80 million behind the number 2 local. So you've got like double the wins of me pretty much. But I'm at number 1 in my local and I'm pretty clear, like far ahead. So skill-based matchmaking in the World Tournament. Why do I have to wait for Tech Kefla? I mean, Tech Kefla is okay, but she's going to be, what, January or February, I guess, for Global? But yeah, look at this. This has been loading for how long now? This is like 2 or 3 straight minutes that this has been loading. So I am not hype about the new fusions. Their passives all require defense attack low status. Well, the thing is, so that makes them really good for things like Super Battle Road. Like I actually used the Go Tanks and the Go Hanks for my no items run on the fusion stage, the OG fusion one, not the ESBR one. And I think they're really good. I think those units are underrated. So I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what their awakenings do, because they're designed to be run with each other, because one seals and the other one gets their bonus on if the enemy is sealed, and the other one lowers attack, and then the other one gets their bonus if the enemy is attack lowered. So they're designed to be run together. But like you said, obviously in a lot of events now, attack lowering and sealing and stuff you can't really do, so they need to beef up the rest of their passive to make sure that the you know, they're not going to be mid when you're not getting those extra abilities. So Tech Kefla is number 1. It's called a global shaft. I mean, waiting for the units to come out is not a global shaft. That's just how the games work, right? Like, global is behind JP. Things like us not getting 20 stages of Super Battle Road that we probably should have had by now, that is a global shaft. But units coming out a few months later. You got to remember as well, a couple of years ago when I started playing this game, Dokkan was like a full 6 months behind JP. And now we're like 3 to 4 months, and we have a lot more stuff that comes out at the same time as well. So, but there you go. We managed to break into 2,200 because we were 2,205 a minute ago. So we finally loaded back in. This is going to be it for the stream. I have to get ready and go to work. But like I said, I will be, once I get to work and get set up, I'll be grinding this non-stop until the actual end of the World Tournament. My goal is to get into the top 2,000 so I can get those 4 copies of Gohan so I can rainbow him, and to maintain number 1 in the local. This is the guy that's been at number 2 since forever. He's still at 59 wins. I went to sleep this morning like 12 hours ago and he was at 59 wins. So he's like completely given up apparently. So there's no way that these guys are going to be able to catch me. I've almost got double their points. So they're not going to be able to catch me. Let's have a look at our friends over here. So we got Toon is at number 1. He's going by Kingo at the moment. He always likes to give himself weird names. Kensei's 190. So I wonder if he's going to be carrying on that grind to go for the top 100. Swipe, somebody from my Discord, 305. 306. Wow, they're like neck and neck. Big Smoke. Shadow, our boy, head mod. Almost in the top 1,000. You love to see it. Where's Goresh at? 3,249. Yeah, he's a little bit behind. I wonder if he's going to bother picking up his grind. But yeah, there you go. So that is going to be it for the World Tournament stream, guys. Thanks for coming out. It was something I thought I would do to kill some time before having to go to work. I realised I hadn't done any World Tournament streaming this time. So make sure you're getting those brackets that you want to be in. If you are way to Doxby there. Yeah, I always like to point out, 2 likes to change his name so people don't know it's him. For some reason. I don't really know why. So we'll point out that it's him. He'll change it. So, wasn't it the other day? Earlier, was it the first day of the World Tournament? It was Neptune. But Toon as actually Toon. So not really the best disguise there, Toon. But still good. You love to see it. But there you go. So he's going to change his name to something else. Don't worry. But yeah, thanks to everybody who came out. We will see you again soon. I'm going to go and have fun at work now. Enjoy grinding the rest of the stream if that's what you are doing. Hopefully you do end up in the bracket that you want. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Keep an eye out for those videos I mentioned before. I've got rainbow showcases for the Tech World Tournament Cell Awakening and the Physical Mighty Mask Awakening going up very soon. Both of those units are much better than you might think. Even the Physical Mighty Mask is actually surprisingly good. So... and also shout out to Gikume for another $2 dono right at the end here. He says when Goresh is 3k you know it's bad. So, got him. I've locked into Kingo's IP. Alright, that's going to be it for me, guys. Peace out. Hope you have a good one. Happy Halloween. I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. You'll pay for that, Mr. Jesus.